Hi, it's Will Shannon here, and I want to welcome you to this online iridology course. I think inside you're going to be exposed to some great tools, techniques, technologies to really not only make a difference in your own life, but also use these tools to make a difference in the lives of people you care about. I know if you're watching this video right now that you've got either a skill set or you've got a wound that you want healed. And what I mean more specifically by that is if you're watching this, either you're a natural healer, you're a naturopath, you're a nutritionist, you're some sort of, you might even be a medical, Western medical physician, and you want extra tools in your toolkit. And I know this course is going to provide you a lot of tools and most of the answers if you're looking for iridology. On the other hand, if you're a member of the public and there's something that you're struggling with, it might be you, a family member, it might be a mystery illness, it might be that you want more insight on your health, I know this course is really going to cover this as well. Let me give you a bit of background on myself, if I may, just for a moment. I've worked in Sydney most of my adult life. Both my parents were naturopaths and iridologists, and I've been around this field since I was very, very little. And I've had the privilege of now seeing tens and tens of thousands of people from all around Australia and Pacific and internationally that have come to our main clinic in Sydney, and I've been able to use the tool of iridology to really give them not just an insight into their health, but as a precursor for herbalism and minerals and other services to really make their life better. So what this course will cover is the entire history of iridology and how to apply it. You're going to learn some of the best things from America, from Australia, from Germany, from Austria, from Hungary, from Italy, from Russia. I've taken all of these and I've combined it into one practical course. There's no fluff, there's no rubbish, there's no BS, and there's no time wasting. Nothing but proven practical strategies. Now, depending on what school of iridology you subscribe to or who's taught you, you may come to a very different result. You could have been trained in the Rayan method, or you could have been trained in Australia by Tony Miller or someone very gifted, or you could have been trained in America by someone who's very gifted. And all these people are very gifted teachers and very skilled. What I've done with me as a teacher in this course is really take the practical things I've used with people from, all around the world virtually that have come to our clinic, and only give you proven stuff that I know works. So this is going to be proven, it's going to be practical. We're going to cover the pupil, the sclera, the iris, what they call the collarette, or they used to call the autonomic nerve wreath, and we're going to then discuss this in a way so not only will you be able to analyze the irises and the sclera and the pupil of the eyes, you'll also be able to learn iridology in a solution-oriented framework, so you can then go and use these skills to actually make a difference in people's lives. And I think that's going to be the difference for you. So I've virtually read, no exaggeration, virtually every book in history that's been translated into English and iridology that I could get my hands on. And you're not going to learn from somebody who's learned from somebody who's learned from somebody who's learned from somebody. I've learned from literally some of the greatest teachers of this generation, including my father, who was somebody who taught me very heavily, who ran one of the busiest natural clinics in the history of Sydney. He had at least a couple of 100,000 people or more come, over 30 years since 1984. And I saw thousands of people before I was even allowed to do my own consultation. So I don't want to exaggerate, but I've now looked in tens and tens of thousands of people's irises. It's a lot, and I've got a lot of clinical experience that I know I can share with you. I think more importantly than that is you'll also get access to some of the old school knowledge. So iridology has changed, and after the death of Bernard Jensen, who was considered the father of American iridology, there was an integration that happened between the German and the American schools. And in my opinion, some of the schools have become very heavily German influenced and very constitutional influenced. And the belief system now in iridology is that the irises don't change very much. And I'm here to tell you that the eyes do change more than enough for you to get an accurate reading and an accurate idea of what's going on in human beings dynamic moment to moment, even if you just use the sclera alone. So I've packaged this course basically into modules. You're going to get my textbook with it completely free of charge, and if you don't want to get the online course, you can also just get that textbook standalone. But I've packaged it into chunk-sized bites of information. I've recorded videos step by step. There's not going to be any complicated medical terminology. There's not going to be any terminology you don't understand. There's not going to be fluff. It's not going to be complicated. I've taken all my experience and chunked it into bite-sized steps. So I know that by the end of this course, you're going to be able to use this on yourself. You're going to be able to use this on others, and if you're a practitioner, I know you're going to have the skills to go out there and do it. So to kind of entice you, just to tease you, because I want to actually show you this is worthwhile signing up for, I've actually put next to this video the free first chapter of my textbook that I've written on iridology, and I'm hoping that will kind of serve as a teaser. And I'm here to tell you that iridology has come a long way since von Pestley in Hungary, who was the modern day discoverer, and Niels Liljeqvist, who was in Sweden, and they were kind of the two founding fathers. And then there's obviously the modern day iridologists as well. So I've basically given you the best of everything into a system that you'll be able to use in a clinical presentation or be able to use on yourself or your loved one. So if you're a newbie who's curious, if you're a seasoned practitioner, if you're somewhere in between, if you're an iridologist with years of experience, even if you're one of the best on the planet, I know this course has something to offer you. There's material inside that I guarantee you're not going to get anywhere else. You're going to see into the past, the present, and the future of iridology all at once. So what I've done to make it even more enticing for you is I've reversed the risk for you. So it comes with a complete unconditional money back guarantee. You're welcome to go. You're welcome to try this for 7 days. If you don't love it, you can turn around and ask your money back, no questions asked. But I know you won't, because I know the material you're going to expose to is going to make a real impact on you and the way that you practice. So I hope that I'll get to see you on the other side. If you like what you see, go ahead and sign up risk-free. Even if you don't love what you see, I've recorded 3 free videos you can get in your email on iridology, so make sure you go ahead and you subscribe to that as well. But simply click the link that says I want more information, and I'll see you on the other side.